Do you want to start?
Here.
I just started it, so we can do it here.
Okay. Okay, so should we be like, what grade are you teaching?
High school.
High school? Okay.
9th to 12th.
9 to 12. Okay, that's me.
Whoever's in psych.
Yep. True. It's not actually grade class. Okay, well, we're gonna talk about this
I'll
first.
start
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, because it does go right here. Slide. Okay.
Oops. Okay, hi everybody, I'm Sydney,
And I'm Jeff.
and today we're going to be starting our unit on eating disorders. So the first disorder that we're going to focus on is anorexia nervosa. So anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder where a person starves themselves. About 90% of anorexic people are women between the ages of 12 and 25. So it shows that that's a very critical time. It's time that women are developing and like your body is changing and you're very susceptible to everything around you. There are two types of anorexia. Most people just think of the first one, which is the restricting subtype. So that is when, excuse me, that's when you restrict from either eating in general, just like you stop eating or you eat very, very minimal amount of food, or you eat still not a normal amount, but you still eat to make it appear normal, but then you exercise excessively. So there are the people that are in the gym literally like 4 times a day, just burning off as many calories as they possibly can to avoid gaining weight. So the second type is the binging and purging subtype, which people typically think of as bulimia, but there's actually a form that is part of anorexia. And in this subtype, the person binges, so that means they eat as much as they want, as anything that they want. Like, it's not usually healthy food. Like, they're not going to binge on salad. They're going to binge on cookies and chips and like anything, like candy that you can imagine. And then they'll go and purge, which means throw it up. So it avoids digesting it, so they won't gain the weight, but they have the satisfaction of actually eating the foods that they're craving. So we're going to do a quick poll of your questions. Everyone get out your cell phones. And then if you click, this doesn't work because I'm not logged in. I'm going to just give everyone the link. I'm going to do something so they can have the text. So text into this number if you know anyone with, or if you have ever suffered from an eating disorder. Okay, so as you can see with the numbers, it's still PowerPoint. It's downloaded to the computer.
Oh,
I don't want to do slideshow. So as you can see from these numbers, eating disorders are very prevalent. Like a lot of people know someone who has suffered from it, and it's something that needs to be talked about so attention can be brought to it and it can be stopped. So there's a couple criteria that define anorexia, but first we're going to do another poll everywhere. So take back out those cell phones. It's a true-false question. So, eating disorders can only occur in females. Boys do not get eating disorders. True-false. Give it 20 seconds to respond. So, for those of you who answered false, you are correct. Boys can get eating disorders. Women are not the only ones who suffer from this. Boys can too. Typically, they're the wrestlers who have to focus on getting in a weight class and things like that. So, boys listen up too. It's not just for the women. So the criteria that define it is, the first one is refusal to maintain expected body weight for the person's sex, age, and height. So this is typically if they are less than 85% of the expected weight that they should be for their gender, their height, and their age. The next one is having an intense fear of gaining weight. So this is why they eat so little and why they're excessively exercising, because they can't fathom the idea of gaining a single ounce, let alone a pound, but just an ounce. The next one is having a distorted perception of bodily shape and size. So like in this picture, she sees herself as much bigger than she actually is when she looks in the mirror. But we see her as just skin and bones. Like she's barely there, but they have this idea in their head that they are much bigger than they actually are. They think they have fat when actually they have zero fat content on their bodies. It's all this mental game that they're suffering from. And then for women, they also, one criteria is amenorrhea, which is the absence of regular period for at least 3 months in a row. So this is because they don't have body fat to produce what they need to have a menstrual cycle. And now Jeff's going to talk about personality traits.